Yar! Greetings, I am Tad Lurkin, the lore master of Mandalore. Today I'll be digging through the archives to elaborate on the Mandalorian Crusaders, whose conquest brought fear into the hearts of many in the galaxy. 24,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, Tong exiles from Coruscant landed on a harsh jungle world. According to legend, after their leader Manda-LORE I managed to defeat one of the planet's native Goliath creatures known as a mythosaur, they named the planet Manda-LORE after him. The Tong went on slaughtering the mythosaurs, erecting cities hewn from their mess of skeletons. After the systematic conquest of Manda-LORE, hunting the mythosaurs to extinction and settling the planet, their thirst for conquest remained unquenched, and the Tong set about conquering the rest of the Manda-LORE sector. Ordo, Concord Dawn, Shogun, and Gargon soon fell to the Mandalorians, led by Manda-LORE the Conqueror, the founder of the Mandalorian Crusaders. In the centuries between the settling of Manda-LORE and the Mandalorians' involvement in the Great Sith War of 3996 BBY, the Mandalorian culture evolved and took shape. The Mandalorians went from a polytheistic society worshipping three gods, Arasum, Kadharangir, and Podhoran, using warfare as a ritual to please them, to worshipping warfare itself, outlined in the canons of honor. This essentially turned every Mandalorian conquest into a crusade, as long as it promised holy carnage and destruction. These Mandalorian Crusaders had no written laws, but instead had a code in which to live by, the Rezolnare, or the Six Actions. Wear the armor, speak Mandoa, loyalty to one's family, raise your children to be Mandalorians, contribute to the welfare of your clan, and be ready to serve whenever Manda-LORE calls. As to the preference of species, neither the Canons of Honor or the Rezolnare had anything to say. Any individual who proved him or herself a capable warrior and showed great interest and dedication to the lifestyle was welcome to join with the Mandalorians. With these new cultural/theological reforms, the Mandalorian Crusaders were nearly unstoppable under Manda-LORE the Indomitable. In the years leading up to the Great Sith War, crusades were launched into the core worlds, conquering, massacring, or subjugating the worlds of Nevuda, Basilisk, and Kuar near the Empress Teta system. During the battle for Basilisk in 4017 BBY, the Crusaders captured the signature war droids produced by the Basiliskans and adopted them into their military. The Mandalorian Crusaders, still in the momentum of their crusade, arrived at the Empress Teta system in 3996 BBY, just in time for the start of the Great Sith War. Destroying an orbital carbonite smelting facility, the Mandalorians hoped to antagonize the Krath forces into engaging them. Ulic Qel-Droma, a Sith Lord put in charge of the strategic command of the Krath forces, agreed to a duel with Manda-LORE the Indomitable. Whoever lost the duel would have to relinquish his armies to the victor, as well as ownership of the 7 worlds in the Empress Teta system. The two faced off on Kuar, each in front of one another's forces, and after a pitched battle, Manda-LORE was defeated by Qel-Droma. As per agreement, Manda-LORE was prepared to relinquish his forces, as well as his life, to Qel-Droma. However, Qel-Droma admired Manda-LORE's skills and ferocity in combat and decided to spare him. At the bidding of Ulic Qel-Droma, Manda-LORE the Indomitable would lead his Mandalorian Crusaders into glorious battle against the enemies of the Sith Empire and Krath. There were some within the clans who were not too happy about this, believing that Manda-LORE lost his title the moment he lost to Qel-Droma, an outsider. However, the objectors were too few in number and their voices were silenced. Saddling up their Basilisk war droid mounts, the Mandalorians commenced lightning strikes against the Galactic Republic's outposts and shipyards. At the Battle of Foros, the combined forces of the Mandalorian Crusaders and Krath managed to sabotage the Republic's shipbuilding capacity, not before making off with over 300 newly completed warships and jumping into hyperspace just before a Republic counter-assault could arrive. Against the advice of the Sith leader, Exar Kun, Ulic Qel-Droma, Alima Keto, and Manda-LORE the Indomitable took their newly acquired fleet and mounted a massive assault against the Republic capital of Coruscant. Alima Keto found her opportune moment to try to usurp Qel-Droma, and while he was preoccupied with the Jedi, she ordered Manda-LORE the Indomitable to recall his forces and retreat. Only complying when Alima convinced him that Ulic Qel-Droma had fallen in battle, he recalled his Mandalorian Crusaders. After Qel-Droma was recovered, the Krath Sith Imperial forces mounted a new offensive against the Republic along the Perlimian trade route, while the Mandalorians launched a new wave of crusades from Manda-LORE. The Mandalorian Crusaders split into two forces, one force heading in the galactic west direction through the Otega system to attack Iridonia, while the other headed in the galactic east direction, assaulting Abron, Thispus, Contrum, Gazir, and the Nazari systems. With the Sith beginning their attack on the Jedi Great Library on Ossus, Exar Kun ordered Manda-LORE the Indomitable to take a majority of his forces to assault the heavily fortified world of Onderon. The assault was going well for the Crusaders. That was until the Republic reinforcements arrived, and they were caught between Republic troops and the fierce Beast Riders. Upon realizing that the battle was surely lost, Manda-LORE ordered a retreat, and his Crusaders attempted to jump to Onderon's moon of Dijun, which in its current cycle had drifted close enough to Onderon for their atmospheres to merge. During the retreat, Manda-LORE the Indomitable's Basilisk war droid was shot down, crash landing on Dijun's jungles, where he was killed by the native beasts. A search party was sent out to find Manda-LORE, and when one Crusader came upon Manda-LORE's body, he donned his mask, took up the mantle of Manda-LORE, and became Manda-LORE the Ultimate. With the Mandalorians scattered, Manda-LORE the Ultimate took it upon himself to reunite the clans, creating the Neo-Crusader movement as a means of mass conscription. Unlike the Crusaders, the Neo-Crusaders actively sought out recruits on every world they conquered, spreading Manda-LORE the Ultimate's ideas of what it meant to be Mandalorian throughout the ranks. During the Mandalorian Wars in 3976 BBY, Neo-Crusaders began appearing in every unit to convert the Crusaders. There were a few who initially resisted, such as Roland Dyer and Cantor Sordo. However, many eventually converted to the Neo-Crusaders, making the Crusaders a minority within the Mandalorian forces. The Battle of Malachor V saw the end of the Mandalorian Wars, as Manda-LORE the Ultimate was defeated in single combat by the renowned Jedi Revan, and a vast majority of the Mandalorian forces were destroyed by the Mass Shadow Generator. The surviving Mandalorians surrendered and returned to Manda-LORE to resume their honorable warrior traditions, while others became mercenaries and bounty hunters. The vast territory the Mandalorians gained during the war quickly shrank to the Manda-LORE sector, and there wouldn't be another full-scale war involving Mandalorians until the Mandalorian Civil War in 60 BBY. The Mandalorian Crusaders died as an organization the moment the Mandalorians ceased crusading. However, the ideals and traditions of the Crusaders would live on through the Mandalorian culture for years to come. This ends my findings on the Mandalorian Crusaders. Keep your comm channels open for future transmissions, and don't forget to subscribe. Tad Larkin, out. Some of the images for this video were provided by the Mandalorian Facebook page. Why don't you guys go over there and check out his dank memes? I'll see you guys next week.